What's going on, everyone? Golden Ticket to History coming to you with a little bit of a different type of video today. I know some of my viewers listen to my channel in the form of a podcast. Some of you may be listening to the videos as you're traveling to and from work, to and from the grocery store, and maybe to and from various different filming locations or other locations. So I decided to do something a little bit different this time around. A video that just dives into a concept that I find to be very intriguing. I've asked the question before, about 8 months ago, about whether or not any of the viewers would be interested in a podcast-style video, to which there was some of the audience, some of my subscribers, said that they wouldn't be in favor of listening to some podcast-style videos. So I wanted to take and create a video that dove into this type of concept. We'll see how it goes. Today's video / discussion is focusing on a movie that's coming out in 9 days. As you can see from the title of this video, we're looking at Halloween Ends. Halloween Ends is said to be the third and final installment in this new 3 trilogy of the reemergence of Jamie Lee Curtis as Laurie Strode. Starting out with the first film in 2018, we had last year in 2021, we had Halloween Kills, and we're supposed to be finishing up with this trilogy in 2022 with Halloween Ends. There's a lot of questions involving this film. A lot of questions of whether or not it's going to lead to the final demise, the final end. Will evil die tonight? Will this be the end of Laurie Strode? Or will this be the end of Michael Myers? There's a lot of questions behind this. There's been a lot of different mixed reviews and a lot of mixed statements made by various different actors and other contributors to the series that have left a lot of people hanging on to these what-if-isms. Many of the current statements have said that Laurie Strode, this would be her last portrayal of Laurie Strode, which is positive, negative, and somewhat emotionally neutral. I have a lot of different mixed feelings about this being the end of an era, whereas Laurie Strode's going to be done playing, Jamie Lee Curtis is going to be done playing Laurie Strode. There's a lot of questions about this. Is this a good thing? Is this a bad thing? Is the movie going to be is good without having this idea of Laurie Strode hanging out in the back burner? And there's a lot of questions to be left to be answered in relation to that. But I just wanted to see what your thoughts were. I've heard various different things. There has been a plot, a basic, very loose-based plot that provides a little bit of the template to which Hollywood Ends is going to fall within. We know that the framework is that Jamie Lee Curtis' Laurie Strode has now taken, this is now 3 to 4 years in the future beyond the events that happened in Halloween Kills, whereas Laurie's daughter was murdered by Michael Myers at the end. She has now been living her life trying to bring the pieces back together, and for the first time in 40 years, it is believed that she is now finally living in the moment and not living in the past. However, there is a neighborhood teenager who's accused of killing a young boy, assaulting a young boy, which has now sparked a lot of controversy, as well as sparked a reemergence of the anxiety that she had with Halloween Kills. I've seen some various different still images. Some of these images have been posted by Jamie Lee Curtis on her social media pages, her Instagram pages, as well as a few things online. I have been trying to restrict myself from diving into teasers, as well as any real threads that provide us with any hints. It's one of those things where you, on one hand, it's kind of like knowing that there's Christmas presents in the other room and wanting to look, but also wanting to maintain that level of surprise that you have on Christmas morning. So trying to, to balance between those two is definitely something that's very difficult. And so I've been trying to prevent myself from diving into the spoofs. But there's so many questions. I found myself going down various different rabbit holes, and one of those rabbit holes was looking at the different emergences that we've had with Jamie Lee Curtis. We had the Halloween H2O and Halloween Resurrection episodes, which the current trilogy ignores. They ignore the fact that Halloween H2O occurred. It ignores the Halloween Resurrection, where it's implied that Laurie Strode's character is murdered by Michael Myers at the insane asylum when she is stabbed and falls off the roof of the building. There's Halloweens 4, 5, and 6 with Laurie's daughter, Jamie. The fact that that's no longer mentioned. There is the son from Halloween H2O. That's not mentioned. It's as if this trilogy of Halloween is completely separate. That was the intentions of the show, of the film trilogy, the series, the saga. But I don't know. I have a lot of different thoughts and questions about, should that really be happening? Should we continue to just keep rephrasing it? There's also a lot of questions about what this end is going to mean. I know I've seen some people post if Laurie Strode's murdered and it's finally going to be her demise, that many people probably wouldn't want to watch any more Halloween films. I remember reading something once before that there is a clause in the contract for any production company that holds the rights to the Halloween films and the Michael Myers, is that the clause is that you cannot kill Michael Myers as a stipulation of the contract. I cannot confirm nor deny the existence of this clause, but I have seen it. Let me know down in the comments below, if you have seen this clause in the contract before and know anything more about the logistics of can Michael die? Or will there be a violation of the contract and then be a void of the breach of contract, which then lead to a lawsuit? Which then begs the question of, with Halloween Ends, is it actually the end? I don't know. I'd like to know. But yeah, so, just coming into 9 days out from Halloween Ends, and a lot of questions. It's going to be at the movie theaters. It's going to be projected via IMAX, at some IMAX facilities. Some theaters will be showcasing it. I can just imagine watching Halloween in IMAX, how that would change the complete dynamics of the film. One of the things about horror movies is they utilize audio, they utilize scare tactics, the jump scares coming out of nowhere, the dropping of things, the loud noises. That's what made Paranormal Activity so effective, was that even though you kind of knew something was going to happen, those jump scares would still get you every single time. So yeah, I have a lot of thoughts, about what's to come in 9 days. I remember reading something the other day. I was looking at Danielle Harris's social media pages. Danielle Harris played Jamie, the daughter of Laurie Strode, in Halloween's 4, 5, and 6. Whereas Michael Myers found out about her existence, being the niece, and sought out to kill her, ultimately becoming successful in Halloween 6. Halloween 6 did not have Danielle Harris in it, but the Jamie character was in Halloween 6. She was pregnant, and she was murdered in Halloween 6, The Curse of Michael Myers. There was some statements made by Danielle Harris, is that she wanted to take and be casted in Halloween Ends in a role, as well as she wanted to be used in maybe taking on that role of a Michael Myers-esque type character, a nice spin-off. We saw this with Halloween 4, where at the very end, Jamie takes and stabs her foster mother with a pair of scissors in the clown costume when the foster mother was getting the bath ready for her after the events with Michael Myers. Danielle Harris did play a character in the remakes by Rob Zombie, which was kind of interesting to think that, you had this character who played one character, the niece of Michael Myers, in Halloween's 4, 5, and 6, and then you turn around in Rob Zombie's revisioning of Halloween, you have Danielle Harris playing another iconic character from the first Halloween in a more adult capacity. I find it quite interesting. Now, what do you think? Do you think that they need to remake a spin-off of Halloween, whereas Danielle Harris is playing Jamie, and Jamie is now the murderer? What do you think? I don't know. Let me know down in the comments below what your thoughts would be. They could definitely find a way to rewrite the endings and make it seem as if she actually wasn't killed. Maybe it was an imposter. Maybe it was someone who just looked like Jamie, but it actually wasn't. That was killed in Halloween 6, The Curse of Michael Myers. I don't know. We shall find out. Now, I don't want to make this video too long, but it's definitely something I wanted to talk about. I wanted to take and dive into this concept of Halloween Ends and to see what you, the viewers, you, the subscribers, you, the listeners, think about it. Something I was sitting around thinking about, and I wanted to try out a new method. I definitely enjoy diving into these concepts. Some of these internal conversations happen within my mind. It's nice to be able to put it out into a platform and to share these ideas, these thoughts, and questions I'm having issues answering, or questions and ideas that I'm pondering, and finding out from you what your thoughts are in regards to it. If you're new to the channel, please make sure to subscribe to the channel. We have so much different concepts and content that I cover. I cover things from true crime, haunted places, famous graves, celebrities, theme parks, sports, film reviews. What else do I do? Historical locations, historical events, updates on famous celebrities when they pass away. Sometimes people go to channels for one specific content, and they do quite well with that. Sometimes people like seeing a little bit of difference. I'm kind of like Baskin Robbins, 31 flavors. You never know what the flavor of the week's going to be. One week it could be one topic, the next week it could be something completely different, and that's just kind of how I work within my own mind. I don't follow just one idea, one concept. There's a lot of channels that do just one topic, and that's great. I implore them for what they do. As I mentioned before, when I did the Waterboy video, I enjoy doing all these different topics. I enjoy sharing these concepts with you, these topics with you, taking you along for the ride. And, you're not always going to like some of the videos that I post. Maybe you're not into the theme parks, but you may be into the famous graves. Maybe you're not into the famous graves, but you're into my true crime videos. Maybe you despise my true crime videos and you love my haunted locations videos. Maybe you despise my haunted locations videos and you like my celebrity death updates. Maybe you despise those and you love my sports. Maybe you like my historical analysis that I do of various different topics and historical films and movies and places and events and times and objects and all these different things and crazy. Maybe you're here because you like my random crazy facts that I have on a sometimes weekly, sometimes daily basis, where I upload something that I find to be crazy. When I come across a new unbelievable fact that I did not know before, I like to share it with all of you to get your comments and your thoughts. Did you know this existed? Did you know about this crazy fact? Because I didn't until that moment. And I like to establish that dialogue, establish that conversation with all of you. But this is going on way too long. I implore you, and I am so thankful of you, for if you've sat through this long to this end of the video to hear this part. As always, share the content, help get the content out to other people, more people can to join the conversation. support is amazing. Just sharing the videos is definitely enough. If you want to help support future videos, there's a lot of things I want on the horizon. There's some logistics things. There's some financial elements to that. If you would like to help beyond just sharing or just watching or just clicking and watching the video, then by all means, I'll share some links in the description below, as well as I'll provide some links in my bio to the PayPal, and all that money goes 100% towards improving the channel and saving up for other locations. There's so many places I want to go, but just financially trying to make it happen. There's so many things happening. There's so much uncertainty happening currently. So being able to knock that out is definitely a goal of mine, but making it feasible is also an obstacle that I'm still working on climbing. So until next time, have a great day, everyone. I may do an update as we get a little bit closer, as I find a little bit more information about Halloween, and so maybe something else that I find interesting. You never know. You should look for the history and film, everyone. Have a great day.